I'm Nyesha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Good morning. Wow, it's good that I don't have to go first on time. Brother Alexander, thanks for allowing us to use your facility to have this function this evening and this morning. You know, guys, I've been an elected official for this is my 10th year, and I've always been brutally honest with my community. Senator Coleman, thank you for your remarks, and Brother McGee, thank you for yours also, because everything you said was absolutely true. Small business owners, specifically minority business owners, I understand your concerns, your pain, your troubles. Because over the last 10 years, since I've been in office, the last 30 years, and I've been living in Blue Hills, and the last 47 years I've been in Hartford, a lot of things haven't changed for our community as far as economic development. And we're here today because of a number of meetings I had with the commissioner, at least 2 or 3 of them, and she understood my concerns when I said, you know, I realized, I saw what the numbers look like, and I know how much money's been put out for small businesses in the state of Connecticut. And I know how little amount has been coming to communities like this. So while she listened to my concerns, Chris and I and her staff put a plan together so we can bring the resources, the information to you in your backyard. So you have absolutely no excuse not to take advantage of the taxpayers' dollars that are available for you to expand your businesses, create your businesses, put people to work in your community. Understand this. This weekend I was doing some reading, some research. Dr. Claude Anderson, you might know him, Power Economics. And there's a distinct relationship between poverty and business ownership in your community. Why our communities are poor? Because we don't own businesses in our community. And if you don't own the business in your community, you don't control your community. Until we get to start owning businesses and open up our business in our community on streets across North Hartford, South Hartford, and New Haven, Springfield, not Springfield, Bridgeport, then we won't be recognized as a strong community. And that's what we need to do. So take advantage of these opportunities, stop making excuses, hold us accountable as elected officials, hold the commissioner accountable, and go after these resources and build your businesses. And I don't care what type of business they are. They could be mom and pop. They could be the next Fortune 500 company. But there's money available for you. There's dollars available so you can hire people and put them to work in your community so we can uplift our community. That's the only way this thing is going to get done. That's the only way you're going to be able to turn around. Everybody have a responsibility. This is your responsibility. Go out and tell a friend and tell another friend. To talk to somebody. Call the commissioner's office. Call my office. Let's get in the game and stop being on the outside watching. Thank you very much, and I hope you guys enjoy this information. Take note of it, get cards, and follow through. Follow through is important. Hold me accountable, hold the senator accountable, hold everybody accountable. But we did our job today. We're bringing the resources, the information to you. Now it's up to you to continue through. Thank you.
And so with that, I will introduce the commissioner who leads the Department of Economic and Community Development, which is the lead state agency responsible for attracting and retaining businesses and jobs, revitalizing neighborhoods and communities, and fostering appropriate development in Connecticut's cities and towns. Prior to joining DECD, the commissioner had a distinguished career in the financial services and insurance industry. Governor Dan Malloy appointed Catherine Smith commissioner in April of 2011. With Catherine's support, the legislature passed Governor Malloy's jobs bill, which created a number of tools for small businesses, and that is what she's going to talk about here today. Commissioner, thank you for your support, thank you for your leadership, and thank you for being right here in the north end of Hartford.
I'm going to take a moment and just thank a lot of people. I'm not going to repeat all the thanks, but first to the senator, the representatives, to Sean for being here and helping us get this event organized. We're truly grateful. I also want to, again, recognize the voice of women of color who were incredible in helping us make sure we got as many people as possible to this event. Our goal, and I think it was said very well a moment ago by Representative McCrory, is for everyone to know these programs are available. So please tell your family, tell your friends, tell your neighbors. We really want to. I have to move over there anyway, so not to worry. So thank you for going door to door. Headco is here. We have Sam Hamilton and Fernando Rosa here. You guys want to raise your hands? Here we go. Hey, how are you? And then Greater New England Minority Supplier Development Council. Fred McKinney is traveling today, so he's not here, but we have Jose Colon. Are you here, Jose? There he is, way in the back. And Jennifer Little-Greer. Jennifer, thank you for coming this morning. And finally, we have the Small Business Development Center, SBDC, and someone is here from SBDC. There we go, a couple people from SBDC. 3 or 4 people from SBDC. Small Business Development Center is a program that we just relaunched here in the state, and it provides great access for small businesses to getting assistance in terms of not only access to capital, but good technical advice, accounting advice, those kinds of things as well. So what I'm going to do this morning is give you a bit of context on the economic development strategy we're pursuing and how it impacts what we're doing across the board. Because economic development is tricky, right? You have to not only do some of the things you're going to hear about later with putting actual financial assistance into the market and helping businesses directly, but we need to make sure we have livable communities and great places for people to raise their families, otherwise they're not going to want to be in the state. We need education systems that provide the talent that's going to fuel the growth in local businesses as well. So all of that is important, and as you can see, these are the objectives that my team has, some of which are shared, like housing, we share with our Department of Housing. Education, of course, is shared with the K through 12 and higher education systems. But it's very much a part of our overarching economic development strategy to pursue each of these individually. So I'm going to focus mostly on retain and grow our existing base of businesses right up at the top, which is probably the most important part of my job every day. And that is to make sure all the businesses in the state know we want them here, we want to help them grow. Connecticut is a great place.
This is Paul Wilusz, host for Grassroots Business Journal on Access TV here at the Vibes restaurant, where we just completed a forum about small businesses. We have here Giselle.
Hello, my name is Giselle, and I came here, for my full-time employer, P&L Electric, where, small business, minority electrical contractor, doing business here in the city of Hartford and surrounding areas. And as for the event, I think it was awesome. I learned quite a bit.
What did you like about it?
Well, what I liked about it is it seems as though the individuals, especially DECD, who have come out, seem sincere about helping the small business owners, build their capacity and provide them with the, resources to be able to do that.
All right. Can you tell us, what did you think about the forum here today?
I think the forum was well done. I think I am really impressed with the turnout that we see from the people and the small business owners in and around the city of Hartford. I think they receive a wealth of knowledge of what to do to expand their business, hire people, and move their communities forward.
Okay. How is the funding out there for small businesses? Is there enough for them? And what's the excitement about trying to get small businesses going?
So when we passed legislation 2 years ago, we put in $260 million that are available statewide for small businesses. So far, about half of that has been spent. So therefore, there's another half, $120-some-odd million that's available. Unfortunately, in my opinion, a lot of it haven't reached communities like the city of Hartford because the people that need to know about stuff like that didn't know. But after today, they know about the opportunities that exist. There's about $120 million that we can go after small businesses in the city of Hartford, in Waterbury, in New Haven, in Bridgeport. Now that they know that there's access to capital, there is their responsibility to go out there and pursue those dollars so they can continue to build those businesses, so they can hire people in their community, so we can get out of the economic bind that we're in and really do some economic development for urban communities across the state.
And continuing the process here at the Forum in off North Main Street at Vibes Restaurant, I have Max. Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And I understand that you had talked during the program about getting a particular small business loan and grant,
Yes.
and it was a success.
Yes. We got a small matching grant program for $100,000. Our experience was very good with the state. It was very efficient in our dealing with them, and we were pretty surprised at the level of service we got.
Now, was that because you thought it was going to be a long, lengthy process and that there may have been some difficulties, or was it the fact that you were surprised at the fact of how quickly you got through the process?
Our normal expectation on these type of programs, when you're dealing with any government type of funded projects, that it takes a lengthy process, takes a long time for it to happen. When they said a one-page application, they really meant initially a one-page application. So I thought it was just a starting point, intake, and after that they will have a lot more paperwork and a lot more stuff. But I was truly surprised at the level with which speed at which it was moving through. And then I informed about 4 or 5 of my friends that I know, and all of them applied, and I think 3 of them did get through the program.
So as you can see, it doesn't take much to get the process and your business going. Again, thank you, Max.
Thank you.
And we'll continue on. I have the pleasure of having Commissioner
Catherine Smith
here, who was leading inside the forum that we have here over at Vibes. What have you taken away from this forum from today?
Well, you know, what you find is at every level of business, people are anxious to figure out a way to move their business forward, whether that be here in a local community like Hartford or north the end of Hartford, whether it be, down in Norwalk or anywhere. But there's a big community of people that we want to reach and make sure they're fully aware of our state programs. I think today was extremely successful that way. We had a great turnout. And we got great questions. People are asking, how could this work for me? And that's what I want to hear. And I'm really excited right now. We've got a lot of people filling out applications and saying, hey, yeah, maybe there's something in this program I can take full advantage of. So I'm delighted.
Where do you go from here?
We're going to keep doing this. This is Hartford, but I think we'd love to have a similar event in New Haven and Bridgeport and Waterbury and all the major cities. We really want to make sure that the Main Street businesses that support our communities are fully aware of these programs. And honestly, it's sometimes hard to get those kind of business owners because they're so busy. They don't necessarily, see us in the newspaper or hear about us on, the radio. They're doing their business. So this kind of event is super when we get the local community asking the local community to come out, learn about something new. So that's what we want to keep doing in all the nooks and crannies of Connecticut.
And again, maybe just talk just very briefly about the Small Business Express.
Yeah, Small Business Express is a terrific program for any company with 100 or fewer employees. Doesn't matter how you're set up, LLC, S Corp, C Corp, or even a not-for-profit can apply. And you can either get a matching grant up to $100,000 to add employees, or you can borrow loaned up to about $300,000 for expanding your business, also adding employees. And some of our loans are even forgivable. So it's a terrific program. It's a quick turnaround. We call it Express because we try to get to an answer as quickly as we can and get the funds to work as quickly as possible.
We now have Denise Whitford here to speak a little bit about small businesses, especially startups. What does your programs do to help the small business to start up?
Well, good morning. I'm with the Small Business Development Center, now located at UConn, and we work with anything from small businesses that are looking to start or grow their business. It could be anything from a business plan development, it could be finding financing at various sources, public or private sources, even venture capital. It could also mean looking at zoning regulations if they're looking to expand or relocate to a new location, human resources, finding those employees, are they qualified, are they trained, do they need training dollars, And in other cases, it could be disaster planning, emergency management planning.
Is the process that, again, for someone looking at maybe trying to start up their business, is it complicated? Is it something that like, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to make it through? Or is it a little bit more easier for the small business to get started?
That's a great question. I don't know if it's a matter of being easy or difficult. I think it's a matter of following your passion. The first thing a business owner needs to do is find out what they're passionate about, and then finding the tools to get them to reach that goal is where we come in. It could be just learning the aspects of a business plan or where they go. Sometimes it's an introduction. So again, I don't think it's about easy or difficult. I think it's about having that roadmap. That's the expertise we bring to the table.
We're here with Executive Director from DECD, Jacob Galoza. And following up from our program that we had, what were you expecting from this forum, and did it meet your expectations or exceed it?
Well, I would say coming in, we were hopeful that we would get a decent turnout, but you never know. I mean, the weather this morning wasn't exactly cooperating. We had gotten a sense that people would sort of make their best efforts, but at the same time, we knew it would be a little bit of a challenge. But I mean, we're very pleased with the turnout. As you can see here, I mean, there's tremendous energy in the room, a lot of excitement, really good questions. I've had the opportunity to meet with some business owners and talk through specific questions. The room was packed essentially. So we're very excited about the turnout. We see this as sort of a start, not the end. So this is a start of more and more discussion and more promotion of the program and more information sharing. So it went very well for us.
Do you see this as an effort of getting into the communities that need to have employment? And I'm talking about the major cities around the state of Connecticut, where the unemployment rate is in double digits. Is this an attempt to finally get into these neighborhoods and to really foster employment initiatives?
I would say it's an attempt to sort of take it to the next level, because in many cases we have done some level of outreach. It's not as though we weren't doing any outreach, but I think this type of session where you're really working at the sort of the grassroots level, you're working with folks who are pillars in the community, and sort of leveraging those relationships to bring folks that maybe wouldn't normally hear about the sessions that we have. So I really see it as I guess kicking it up a notch, to use a phrase that's out there.
Good, good, very good. And one last thing there, what would be the next step? We've had this informative session inside here. What's the next move after this for this community? Not saying that you haven't gone into like Waterbury, right, Bridgeport, New Haven, New London, but for this, is there another planned beyond from this informative session here?
Yeah, we've talked about, like I said, this being sort of the start of this type of information setting. So I think one of the things that we'll do is definitely go back, see what the response is in terms of applications and questions, right? So like any other process, we'll look for feedback and see, well, is there a certain pattern around questions coming in from people? Is there a particular aspect of the program that we need to emphasize a little bit more? And based upon that, we'll say, okay, the best way to do that is ABC. Because we really want to see, as we've handed out a lot of business cards, we've handed out a lot of contact information, and we want to understand, okay, what types of businesses are coming, what types of businesses may not be coming. And so if we need to alter our strategy a little bit, we'll do so based upon that feedback.
I'm here with Leon Samuel, a business owner here in Hartford. And what was your impression about the forum here today?
It was great. It was great, a forum which I enjoyed. I mean, the first time being here, which I got a lot of information about my business and stuff I need to get my business up and growing.
What did you like about the information that was presented?
I liked about the way we could build our company, how to get different grants and stuff, and different money and stuff to get our business growing and stuff. That's what I like about it.
Just working around, finding out what's happening with small businesses here in Hartford. Thank you.